It's the Super Falcons of Nigeria against the United States in their second group game at the 1999 FIFA Women's World Cup.
Play in the standings, the winner will automatically go on to the quarterfinals. These two teams, USA and Nigeria, are tied for first place. And a pleasant good evening, everyone. Welcome to Chicago with Wendy Gabauer. I'm John Paul Della Camera. One of the great things about the World Cup is identifying stars. Nigeria has one in Merce Akide.
Merce Akide is the type of player who loves the pressure on her shoulders. You can't teach players to love to take half chances, but that's exactly what she does. And she's shown that she can score from any angle. Not only that, but she's very, very strong on the final pass in the box. In fact, in their opening game against North Korea, she combined for a goal and an assist. JP, she's strong, fast, agile, and at 5'11", she's tough to stop.
You may have seen her in the FIFA World All-Star Game. You'll see her for sure tonight. And one of the players that must stop her for the United States is Kate Sobrero.
USA's number 20, Kate Sobrero, is the player who matches up to Akide's speed. Now, she's recovering from a bit of an ankle injury, so her prognosis is questionable, but she made two beautiful recovery runs in the Denmark game to stop Denmark from scoring. However, she will be starting today. The silver lining in this cloud is that Coach Tony DeCicco has so much depth on his bench in players like Tiffany Roberts, Christy Pierce, Sarah Whalen, and Lori Fair.
Now, one of the players in front of her will be Michelle Akers, and if the going gets tough, watch her get going. She can play as physically as anyone else, and she's already said it's her last World Cup. She wants to go out in a blaze of glory.
And a blaze of glory is exactly how she's playing right now. She's unbelievable. She leads by example. She's the type of player that the U.S. needs to be on in every single game. She wins every physical duel, not only on the ground, but in the air as well. Also going to be very important for her to change the point of the attack at every opportunity.
The USA is getting used to playing in front of capacity crowds. They did on Saturday. They will do it again tonight as the United States gets ready to face Nigeria. If you want to see emotion, you came to the right place. The USA and Nigeria next on ESPN. The USA hosts Nigeria. The young and the faithful will be here rooting for America.
USA! 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 USA!
Saturday in front of a raucous All-American record crowd at Giant Stadium, the U.S. women began their quest for the World Cup. Women's World Cup poster girl Mia Hamm got the scoring started in the 17th minute to everyone's delight. The skillful U.S. added a second half Julie Foudy-Talley to up their advantage. When Christine Lilly made it 3-0, the celebration began in earnest. Can the U.S. dream of being world champion? Come into focus. The quest continues tonight live from Chicago on ESPN. Chicago is hooked on the Women's World Cup. It's the second straight sellout that the United States national team will see. Welcome back, everyone, to a sold-out Soldier Field in Chicago. Getting ready for a wide-open game between Nigeria and the United States. The winner gets a quarterfinal spot in the Olympics. And look at the colorful team from Nigeria. This is Dennis Rodman's favorite team. The most colorful hairdos in the World Cup. And Chiajene is the one who's the hairdresser on this team. She started it. Chris McHenry, our sideline reporter, has more on the hair phenomenon and how it pertains to the USA.
Well, JP, the United States says their counterattack is the best in the world, and not even hair dye was going to get by them. After 2 tries, they were successful. Christy Pierce, Shannon McMillan, starter Kate Sobrero, Saskia Weber have all gone different variations of red, white, and blue. But I think the award goes to the equipment manager, Dynas here, who has volunteered for the women. Please turn around to do the American flag on the back of his head. JP, that takes FIFA fair play to a whole new level.
Nicely done, Chris. Our starting lineup today, Brian Ascuri, the #1 goalkeeper since '94, is once again in the starting lineup. 50 career shutouts, looking for her second straight in the World Cup. Her starting lineup being brought to you by Monistat.
The U.S. will start with their normal defense, but let's keep an eye on Kate Sobrero to see if she is, in fact, 100% following her ankle sprain in yesterday's practice. In the midfield, Foudy and Lilly will look to add to their goal scoring. And up top, all eyes are on number 9, Mia Hamm. In my opinion, she had her best game of her career versus Denmark.
9, 8, 7, Coach of the USA is Tony DeCicco. Here's Nigeria's lineup. It is the same lineup that we saw the other night against North Korea. Abri is a player to watch along with Akide. Akide will be the player who's marked. We're underway. Nigeria in the green and white, USA in white, predominant white. Throw-in coming up for Nigeria. Expect a lot of open space in this game.
Well, both teams are going to come out and try and attack at all costs. It's going to be interesting to see who deals with that the best. Does the U.S. counterattack and make the best use of all the open spaces in the Nigerian defense, or vice versa? Does Akide break free and expose the U.S. defense?
Tony DeCicco, Lauren Gregg, Jay Hoffman on that USA bench. Tony DeCicco with an outstanding winning percentage, the best win percentage of anyone who's ever coached the U.S. team. We'd like to thank Bud Light and all of our sponsors for bringing you this match commercial free. Nigeria with a throw-in from Kudisi. And the USA trying to break it up. Nigeria will draw the foul. Nigeria have speed at every position, as Tony DeCicco told us earlier in the scouting report. But the USA likes to play against teams that play open like they do. In the air over back. Foudy couldn't get it. Nigeria busting in the shot and a goal! Okosieme! What a start for Nigeria.
This is a misclear by Julie Foudy. You can't head a ball down in the box. Look at Okosieme just capitalizing and sticks it in the side netting. Here's a look if you're Brianna Scurry. This was a misclear by Julie Foudy. And look at this half chance by Okosieme. Just sticks it in the side netting.
Great goal for Okosieme early on, playing in her third World Cup. Huge. This one in the second minute. Her first goal of World Cup '99. Over and back. We'll get ready to put it in play. I can't remember the USA ever giving up a goal this early in the game.
JP, I agree with you, but the U.S. just needs to be very composed, play their game, 1 and 2 touch. The game will dictate.
Mia Hamm across. Nobody home. Kudisi will take it over. Nigeria has scored first to stun a partisan USA crowd, but the Nigerian fans that have attended are loving it. Tony DeCicco, one of those in the other camp, but he knows how good Nigeria is. Ready for the throw-in. First goal that the USA has given up in this World Cup. Harlow looking inside, and it rolls out. Last touch by Cindy Parlow. Let's go downstairs to Chris McHenry.
JP, Tony just yelled to the team, "You're okay, you're okay." This is head coach Tony DeCicco trying to calm Team White down, he said. Back to you.
Thanks, Chris. This ball played back the other way. Fawcett. Look at the speed of the Nigerians as they catch up. The USA were nervous. They all admitted it last Saturday. They say that they're not nervous today, but they did give up that first goal. Off that steal, Nigeria. Push back. Sixes, Ajayi. Two players colliding in the box. Scurry comes out. The net's empty. The shot went wide. I don't think it would have gone in anyway. Chastain knocked it out. Well, if they're not nervous, Wendy, what are they?
They're nervous, JP. I think they're having a tough time getting their emotions in check. They've gone down early. The Nigerians are pumped up.
Well, Scurry had no idea that she would have to come out that quickly. She couldn't have anticipated a collision between her two teammates. Set for the corner.
Akers is going to be marking up on Okosieme, number 13 on the back post.
Nigeria will miss that in the air off the Akide corner kick. Back comes the USA. Up for Mia Hamm. Number 9, the world's greatest female goal scorer. And no male has scored as many goals as she's had internationally either. The USA working it up the far flank. Nigeria putting on some pressure. Hard contact. Mia Hamm bouncing right back up though.
The crowd may be causing the U.S. not to communicate. It's very, very loud out here, but Overbreck and Chastain don't communicate. They collide with each other. Luckily, both of them get up and they're okay.
Two vets from the World Cup '91 squad, although Chastain back then was a forward. Now a defender and a solid one, too. USA with a free kick. Brandi Chastain telling her teammates to settle down. It's very early in the game. They're not used to giving up a goal this early, though. 6 minutes in. USA down one. Parlo and Akers both in the same area for that ball. Akide will clear. Juggle and then brought down. Fawcett. And that's deflected out. A throw-in for the United States. Remember, they gave up a goal earlier, too, to Canada. They came back and won that game. This is a different type of team, though. Nigeria, not as disciplined as some of the other teams in this World Cup. And that's one of the reasons why the USA was looking forward to this match.
The U.S. has a lot of respect for Nigeria. Let's see how Nigeria sets up here on this tactical throw-in. Brandi Chastain is going to look to target Cindy Parlo and Michelle Akers. You've got Christine Lilly and Tiffany Milbert in the box looking for a flick.
Chastain's throw to the near side, knocked out. I'm going to say it last touch, Cindy Parlo. Goal kick coming up. Nigeria leads by 1 thanks to an early tally.
Here we'll take another look at this. This is a great half chance in the box. Okaseme doesn't take another touch. She sees her opportunity and seizes the moment and sticks it in the side netting.
USA back to live action on the intercept. Chastain too far in front of Parlo. It's coming back the other way. Jenna, the youngest player in the tournament, number 20, is chasing that. She's only 16. Akers getting a nudge from behind, and the foul is going to be called. I'm going to say Akide. All the way across, USA looking. Milbert came back to receive the ball. Here's 10 Akers tackled away, but Chastain is there. Being pushed back to Sombrero. They say she's okay. Passed the fitness test despite a twisted right ankle. Good ball to Parlo. Chesting it down. On the cut, it's Cindy Parlo. She's brought down, and play continues. And the pro-U.S. crowd didn't agree with that. Sieme clears, picked off Akers. Looking to change the point of the attack. Onside. Milbert in the box. She has Hamm. The pass, I thought anyway, was too far. Looked like a pass from Milbert to Hamm, or maybe even some indecision.
This is a nice pass here. Milbert collects it on the far side of the box, and she's looking for Hamm. Far post. Hamm's just a yard off on her run.
Put back in play by Opana. Akers nods it down. USA chance here at Soldier Field. The home team are trailing by a goal. Lilly up the middle. Milbert has a go, but it's blocked. Take it back the other way. Avri. Looking for Wadike. That's too far. Long ball played by Overbeck. Parlo goes after it. It's juggled. When you watch Jenna play, you will see some showmanship. She likes Jorge Campos. She will play somewhat like him, but she won't come out of the box like Jorge does. Jorge used to play in the stadium briefly for the Chicago Fire. Wadike all the way across, and that will go out of play. If you're just joining us, you might be a bit surprised. USA trails 1-0 here in the 9th minute. Akers. And near sideline. Oh, she got chopped. The advantage call, but they could come back and give a card out, and they should, to Ager. Ajayi committed that foul. Hamm very slow to get up, and there's another hit on the opposite side. Nigeria will get their licks in. Just ask North Korea. They've learned to play the physical game as well as combining it with their speed. Here's Lilly. Christine Lilly's left footer is blocked. She'll bring it down. Perseverance from Lilly, but Akide did the same. Wadike going against Sombrero, testing out that right ankle. Inside, outside, back to the outside. Wadike. Brandi Chastain does well to recover and clear. And it's kept in play. Whoa. This is getting out of control, isn't it?
Look at this tackle by Adji on Hamm. The U.S. attackers need to realize that this is going to happen. They need to play the ball quicker.
Nicole Moody-Pepinot, your referee from Switzerland. She might have to get busier before this one's over. Here's the United States attacking. Into space it comes. To Parlo. Topo, blocked. Look at the confusion in the box, and it almost deflected in for an own goal. Instead, it's a corner kick. That was a real scramble. Got a player down for Nigeria. That is not moving. It's Iyamafu. She better get up quickly as Hamm puts it down for the corner.
Akers is going to make a dummy run to the near post and hope to draw the defense with her.
Boston tucks it out. Parlo was shot. Cindy Parlo almost tied it up, but it was deflected by the goalkeeper, Chiajene. Another corner kick. Parlo had bad luck in that first game hitting the post once, had several chances. Another corner from Hamm. This time, far post, Chastain across. No one trailed it. And it's going to be knocked out, but the USA looked dangerous on both of those corner kicks. Throw in for Chastain. One of the stalwarts for the '96 Olympic team. Going inside. They keep looking for Parlo. Chastain again, wide to Cindy Parlo, making the run towards the flag, but it goes out. The goal coming up for Chiajene.
Here's Chiajene's save. This is brought to you by the Power Bar Goal Cam. Cindy Parlo is at the top of the box, hits a very nice shot, and Chiajene comes up very, very big to tip it over the bar.
Back to live action. Nigeria leads the United States 1-0. And Akers is brought down. Chiajene will be spoken to, but that's it. Michelle Akers, right now the oldest player on this team, experience-wise. She scored the first ever USA goal and says this is it for her in terms of World Cups. Overbeck sends it long. It was deflected wide. Hamm says deflected last by Nigeria. She's right. She gets a corner. Third one for the United States.
Keep your eye on number 6 for the U.S. Brandy Chastain on the back post. Both Cindy Parlo and Akers are going to be trying to make runs to clear out the defense.
Mia strikes it across. Chastain off the post. Rebound shot blocked. Rebound Parlo blocked. Well, Foudy and Parlo had chances, but Chastain seemed to dent the woodwork. Chastain will switch. Chiajene comes out.
We called it. Look at Chastain on the back post, number 6 for the U.S. She's very, very patient. A diving header, and the crossbar saves it for Nigeria.
Somebody's been practicing those set plays. They're looking good. No goal to show yet, though. Here comes Nigeria right down the middle. But Scurry is right there. Ever since giving up that goal, USA has had an awful lot of ball possession. Most of the play has been the other way, but they're still down. Sieme scored the goal. It came in the second minute. Foudy plays it up to Milbert. Tiffany Milbert, the leading scorer, goals and assist-wise on this U.S. team here in '99, but nothing yet in the World Cup. USA getting it back. Pushed all the way to the back. Captain is there. Carla Overbeck switching it to Joy Fawcett. Joy playing in her third World Cup. Parlo with a great dummy run to get to this ball, or maybe not. Could not quite get to it in time. It goes out, though, for a USA throw-in. Knocked out by Opara. Carla Bottomo taking a quick throw-in. Nobody was there. Now it's for Lilly. Knocked out again. Another USA throw-in. Christy Lilly, the most capped player in the world. Looking for another solid World Cup performance. She's also in her third. Wadike gave it up. Fawcett backpedaling, wins it, plays it back to the feet of Chastain. Randy played collegiately at Santa Clara. Now is an assistant coach there. Moves up slowly. Long ball to Milbrecht. Hamm makes a run down the center. Milbrecht to Mia. This one went wide, but you could see it all the way, and the great communication between those two. Great timing as well in the run.
Here's a great look at Tiffany Milbrecht's chip ball into the box. Hamm is being very patient on the back post. Has a nice, actually connects very well with that ball, but just can't bring it down. She was a little bit off balance.
Hamm scored the first goal in this World Cup. USA got 3 in beating Denmark, and getting up slowly is Mia Hamm. Unofficially, that's the 3rd time she's been taken down in this first half, but it's early. Sombrero on the far side, and that's knocked out of play. Tony DeChico has to be upset with the treatment of Mia Hamm in this game so far. She's hurting a bit.
Well, Mia has to be careful not to let it affect her play. Nigeria wants to get her out of her game.
Fawcett knocking it away. Free throw in coming up for Nigeria. The Brazilians have their band, the Nigerians have theirs. Off that long throw. The USA will head it out for a corner. That's not what Michelle Akers wanted to do. Corner kick for Nigeria, their second. Story gets ready for this. She's not used to her team trailing this early in the game. Merce Akide ready in the corner. To the far post. Story came out, got one fist to it. 3 players went down on that one. Nigeria maintains possession. It's blocked. Kudisi, number 2 on the ball. Milbrecht being chased. Abre is there. And it goes out. It belongs to the United States.
When the ball served into the box here, you know the U.S. players are going to go up hard. Scurry comes out very, very hard, and 3 U.S. players go down.
Diana Scurry, #1 goalkeeper for years on this team. The only question mark lately has been who's the backup. Right now it's Saskia Weber and Tracy Dukart, number 3. Milbrecht with a nice twist and turn. Here comes Tiffany Milbrecht, former All-American out of the University of Portland. And she couldn't quite take on Ajayi, and now a foul is called after that one. Mia Hamm was brought down again. No question they've been targeting her. It's no coincidence she's been brought down so many times so early.
JP, they're just trying to take her out of her game.
Mia Hamm is getting ready on the free kick. She has scored in 6 consecutive games after going 8 without a goal. She'll drive it inside. Nigeria will just clear it out. Lily will have a throw-in from the far sideline. In she goes to Chastain, back for Lily. Lily fighting for it on that sideline. Referee comes over for a closer look. And she'll give it to the United States. On the free kick will be Mia Hamm.
We have a similar scenario here. We've got Carlo and Akers on the back post making the runs in the box.
Here's Akers. Go!
This is a beautiful ball by Mia Hamm. Actually bends it around the wall. And Akers makes that near post run, a very unselfish near post run, and sends it home for the United States. Here's a great look here as the ball bends around the wall, and Akers mixes it up on the near post. Beautiful, beautiful goal. Another wonderful look here, and you know what? I'm calling that an own goal by Nigeria on that look, JP.
We'll check it out. Right now they're saying Akers, here's Chastain. Regardless, it's a huge goal for the United States, who are even, and they brought the crowd back into the game.
JP, it's a huge goal, and you can bet it wouldn't have happened if Akers wasn't in on that ball.
Hamm is going to walk in. Mia drives. Goal! Mia Hamm!
The The communication between Lily and Hamm is unspoken, and it's unbelievable. And look at Hamm, look up. She's got all the time in the world. She says, all right, I'm going to beat her near post. And she just roofs it in the upper 90. Again, look at the composure by Hamm as she enters into the box and just rips it near post. What a great celebration.
Goal number 111 career-wise for Mia Hamm. And if you close your eyes with that ovation, you would have thought you were here in Chicago for World Cup '94 when the men were playing in this venue. Mia Hamm in the 20th minute. Minute 15 between the two goals, scored by the two most prolific goal scorers in the history of the USA program, men or women.
Well, you got to figure that's going to take a little wind out of the Nigerian sails. But don't relax on defense if you're the U.S. They've got so much speed, and they can really expose the open spaces.
Well, Nigeria had to be feeling good about themselves, and now they've given up 2. Let's see what they come back with. At the top, we said it would be wide open. It's been all that and more, and it will continue to be. But unless you start bringing out yellow cards, you will continue to see this. Ajayi must think this is Christmas for her. The restart coming up. Mia Hamm gets back up and scores goals.
Yeah, she says, all right, you're going to keep hitting me? That's fine. Serve me in the box, and I'll put it in the back of the net.
8-1, the foul count, Nigeria. It's not a stat that you brag about winning. Akers coming back, helping out. Foudy on the right. Wow. That was a full charge by Albrecht. Michelle Akers in the 19th minute. World Cup, Women's World Cup record in terms of goal scoring now. She came in tied with Heidi Moore. Milbert across. Settled. Lily fires it and it's blocked. Foudy brings it down. It's a shooting gallery now. It's loose. Milbert! Goal! Tiffany Milbert!
Tiffany Milbert wanted to come up big in this game. She wasn't very happy with her performance versus Denmark. Look at this. Look at her rip this shot. She hits it so hard, Chiejene doesn't have a chance on it. Again, she's in the perfect position to finish this one-time shot, and watch the celebration. The USA, hard to believe that they trail 1-0 in this early in the 2nd minute. These goals unofficially about 4 minutes apart as Scurry gets a touch of the ball. JP, one thing that's killing the Nigerian defense is they are being overzealous. You see them hammering Mia Hamm, no pun intended, but Milbert has found a way to use her body and battle through that pressure that the defenders are putting on her for Nigeria. That's how she turned the corner on the Nigerian defense.
Nigeria have to get back to playing their game. And it's not about fouling. Passing, setting up players. A lot of 1-2s, that's what they're known for. Try to use their speed against the United States, because if they do have an advantage anywhere against the United States, it would be in that speed category.
It would, JP. There's no doubt about it, especially with Akide. She's very, very fast. Sobrero needs to keep a close eye on her.
Apparently they didn't look at the injury report because they've not really tested Sobrero. And that's what you do when you know a player comes into a game with an injury. One's going to be knocked out of play near side. Nigeria will have a throw-in. Wadike, one of the players to watch certainly for Nigeria. Marlowe going down there. A couple of players in that tussle for the ball in the air. It will be a throw-in for the United States. Joy Fawcett comes over, one of the 2 soccer moms on this team. Foudy puts it almost into space. What a run that was by Lily. Well timed. Kide gives it up. Kide, we were told, would play withdrawn, but she's been playing much deeper so far today. Aubrey having a run. Knocked away. Chastain, so solid. But then she gave it away as she looked upfield for Milbert. 25th minute. Akers. Nigeria sending it back toward the USA end. Fawcett met it. Akers going after it. It's coming back. Nwadike looking to spin. Good one-on-one defense. Waiting for the help to come, and it does from Foudy. And now it's cleared away, intended for Mia Hamm, but that was solid one-on-one defensive play. Sombrero, that time was tested. From the corner, Chiagene. Apparently that was kept in play. Okasieme. I'll tell you what, that one might have gone in or not deflected. It looked like Scurry was screamed.
A moment ago, we mentioned Kate Sobrero hadn't been tested, but look how patient she is here. She waits for her teammate to come in. The teammate that comes to help her out is Julie Foudy to create a 2v1 and get numbers up to win that ball.
Off the third Nigerian corner, Scurry backpedals. That's a nice grab. Backing away from the shot with traffic. From the halfway line, it's brought down. Here's Mia. All the way back to the other side. Two players, Nwadike after with Overbeck, and Overbeck hangs in tough. Maybe a message there for Nwadike, but it's a throw-in for Nigeria. Akide on the touch-out. Chiagene going for a post, and Chastain wasn't sure what was behind her, so rather than take a chance, she knocks it out for a corner. Fourth one for Nigeria. Avre, who scored 3 goals against China, sends it across. This one goes in, and Scurry knocked it away. It was headed towards the upper corner. The athleticism of Scurry was evident on that one. Here comes the 5th Nigeria corner kick. USA's bench wanted to get a good look at it. It's Avre again. Avre drives it to the middle. Okasieme's up. Gets some help. And it's cleared out by Mia Hamm.
Scurry has been so dominant in the box. Let's take a look here. This was a nice opportunity by Okasieme for Nigeria, but Scurry is just, it makes an acrobatic save and covers that back post.
Back on live action, Iniapu drives it, and it's too high over Brianna Scurry. X Games 5 from San Francisco. It all starts Sunday. You can catch the skateboarding icon himself, Tony Hawk, in the skateboard prelims. No one does it like Hawk. Chris Fowler kicks it all off on Sunday at 9 Eastern on ESPN2. For more information on the X Games, you can log on to ESPN.com. Part of Go Network. Go.com. Right sideline, Nigeria looking to work it. That's where they build a lot of their attack from, according to their scouting report. Akers knocks that away. 3-1 USA leading. If you're just joining us, they were down by 1 after a couple of minutes. Nigeria will take over. Nice ball, left side. Para's pass. Chiagene broken up. Foudy will chase it. And this goes on a play. There's Julie Foudy, part-time soccer player, part-time soccer commentator, full-time soccer person. Scurry clears. In the air, won by Nigeria. On the back of Pana. USA with Lily being plowed over. And a foul again, but no cards. Omogbemi wearing the captain's armband. USA with a free kick. Michelle Akers from downtown. About 40 yards away. She's got a right foot that could do it. She'll drive it, but it hits the wall. You've seen her make it from about 35 to 40 yards out.
On a number of occasions. You can see Overbeck waving her hand. She's saying, you know, calm down, let's be patient on our attack.
No flag. Milbert's running. And the goalkeeper there, Chiagene, comes up with it. Couldn't fault her for the way she's played in goal. I mean, she was under siege during those 4 or 5 minutes. Beme, number 14 in the air. Got it down by Chastain towards Lilly. Christine Lilly. And another foul as Parlo is brought down. Parlo asking for a yellow card. USA getting ready for this free kick. It'll be Chastain. Sobrero. Putting it into space. Chastain continues to run. She'll drive it. Looking for an angle. She was brought down. The referee's got a foul and maybe more. Reaching for the pocket and a card. I don't want to say, I'm afraid to say it.
Well, Aubrey was hoping through her sportsmanship that the referee would not pull out that card. Here's a look at it here. This ball is coming down towards the end line, and Chastain gets there and gets hammered while she's serving the ball across. That was a legitimate foul, but you can see the sportsmanship, or I guess a fake display of it by Nigeria trying to win over the referee.
That card, though, was a late message. After a ton of Nigeria fouls, some hard ones, too. Here's Hamm.
We've seen this before from this angle. Last time she bent it around the left side of the wall with Akers running to that near post. Boy, the center of the face of the goal is wide open.
Three-man wall. Hamm bends it in. Header. Goal! Christine Lilly. 4-1 USA.
A picture book serve by Hamm, and Lilly makes that near post run, and all she has to do is just redirect it with her head. Look at this nice flick here. She challenges the goalkeeper and sends it home. But beautiful serve by Hamm. Akers and Lilly are both here in the box, and it's Lilly this time who sends it home. Great effort by Christine Lilly. That is one thing you always get out of Christine Lilly, is 200% effort on the field.
Her 76th international goal set up by her college teammate, and Chia Jine is down. I mean, you can't fault her with the runs that the players are making. A lot of the goals are coming that way off of dead balls.
Well, JP, we had a great camera angle of that. That ball that Hamm served in there, we called it before the serve. It was wide open right down the face of the goal. Here it is. Look at Hamm's beautiful ball. It's bending onto the face of the goal. There's eons of space for Lilly, who makes a beautiful run in there. Nigeria just wasn't marking up tight enough.
And it's going to be hard to scout this team, because on the previous situation like that, they tried something different. This time Akers and Parlo did the runs different. They did them later, and it wasn't even them as the targets.
And what's so neat about the U.S. is they have so many people they can send into that run. Of course, Hamm is the one who's been serving the beautiful balls each time, but the U.S. is trying to mix it up.
Chia Jine is okay and back up, and we're ready to resume play from the halfway line. Nigeria are ready. Wadike and then Akide. It's played back. Tackled away by Akers. Hamm hustled just to try to keep that ball in play, and she did. Too far for Parlo. Look at Parlo. You got to admire that with a 4-1 lead, and you see hustle like that. Parlo trying to win a ball that way. Some could give up on it, conserve some energy. Not here. There's Tiffany Milbert, who told me that it took her until halftime to get comfortable with that game at Giant Stadium. That's how big the crowd was and how nervous she said she was.
Again, look at Cindy Parlo. Chastain's targeting her. Parlo's going to try and send it across the face of the goal.
Chastain will keep it in play, but there's no offside flag, but she was offside. Coming up at halftime, two kids ages 10 to 13 will have the opportunity to kick for $1 million for them and $1 million for charity. Join us for the excitement. It's the All-State $2 million kick. Boy, we'll be here for that. We'll be watching too.
We go down there, JP? Give it a try?
We're not eligible.
No, not young enough, right?
Chris McHenry will host that for you. Stick around. That's at halftime. We're not even that close to halftime yet. 35th minute. key phrase at the top was wide open. We've seen that. And even after the USA scored or gave up the first goal, that spaces continue to open up, more so on the Nigerian side, which was an area that the USA thought for sure they could exploit. Ready for the throw-in. Another foul. Again, it's on Nigeria, this time on Akide. Milbert from Parma. Taken away from Tiffany Milbert, but the USA will have a throw-in. USA up 4-1, scoring 4 goals in about 15 minutes time. Joy Fawcett drives it across. Loose ball, Nigeria looking to clear. Abre. Long clearance, long run. Chiajena will chase it with Chastain after it. And it's going all the way out for a corner. 6-1 for Nigeria.
Chastain saying, my bad, my bad. She was trying to find Scurry on that pass back.
Michelle Akers trying to go a full 90, knowing that for the next game she could have a rest if her team wins today. That's the plan. Rest her for that final game against North Korea. Give her more days to rest up for the quarterfinals. Game Sunday in Foxborough. Akide to the middle. Okasieme couldn't get to it. Nigeria are back on the ball. 37th minute. Driven across. Offside flag is up. And the referee will acknowledge it. USA's ball.
When the ball is served, the player needs to be on sides, meaning they need to be on the other side of the defender. And you can see here she's wide open in an offside position. Wadike just gets caught in an offsides position. That was a nice camera angle for us to take a look at.
Nigeria winning the ball upfield. And it's all the way back now to Sobrero, former Notre Dame All-American. Chastain, now Lily on the turn. Akide plays it back. Sobrero couldn't quite get there. And can't get there again as it goes out on that far sideline.
She looks like she's fine with her ankle, JP. I think she's 100%. May have been a kind of situation where she was just a little bit nervous and it scared her.
Oh, yeah.
She's broken that ankle in the past.
Just a little swelling, they said yesterday. Very little swelling, but she did have to pass a fitness test today, and especially with the USA's depth, it's a dilemma for Tony DeCicco. Do you play her on a gamble, then she gets hurt? I mean, what do you do? It's tough.
It is tough. With her speed and her organization, we saw it against Denmark. She had 2 fantastic recovery runs that kept Denmark from scoring. I mean, they were in the box, 1v0 with Brianna. She was so strong. So you know he wants her on the field, but he's got to make sure that he's not making a mistake so that she could injure that ankle a little bit more.
Fawcett on the ball. Wadike almost took it away. Overbeck goes long. Here's Foudy bringing it down. Foudy, the 3rd most capped player in the world, will get a corner kick for her side. Only the 4th one for the USA, so they've been beaten out there. And they're up on the board. Foudy drives it across. Similar open. Akers! She's got 2.
The U.S. actually did a quick, short corner, caught the Nigerians asleep, and look at Akers. She gets up completely outstretched, and a beautiful, beautiful header home into the back of the net. And look at Akers get up. If you're the keeper, this is what you see coming at you. You're going, holy mackerel, there's no way I'm stopping that. And another great, she just attacks the ball. That's the heart that she plays with for 90 minutes.
Michelle Akers has 2. Her 12th World Cup goal, so she will continue to be the leading goal scorer all time in this tournament. She had 10 in the first Women's World Cup, including the 2 big ones in that title match against China. You were there for it. Your ex-teammates going strong.
It's good to see her. She's battled so much with her health, with the chronic fatigue, but she's a professional both on and off the field. On the field, it speaks for itself, but off the field, she goes through a lot as far as trying to maintain her energy levels and be ready from game to game. And the U.S. needs her on the field, and you can see why. You've seen it today.
This is a person that after games sometimes has an IV strapped to her, and sometimes after practice, that's how bad it gets.
I think people can't even imagine what she's really going through, and it's just a tribute to her heart and the way that she plays. She's always been a player who's given it her all on the field, and she's always led by example, but just knowing that she's battling this additional element is amazing.
Here's Hamm, right through the defense, looking. She had the right idea, and I think she was not looking for Milbert, but Lilly, who was farther over. Two nice runs by the USA, and this is their 5th corner kick coming up. And Milbert's going to come over to take it. 73 degrees when we started, about 12 degrees cooler than the first game. Hamm and the feet get tangled up there. Here's Milbert. Drives it across. Chastain. Parlo, doubleheader. Goal, Parlo!
Worst refereeing job I've ever seen.
This is a beautiful ball by Tiffany Milbert, but all the effort goes to Chastain to bring that ball back across the face of the goal, and Cindy Parlo's in the right place. Again, a beautiful serve, but look at what Brandi Chastain goes through to keep that ball in play. Chastain doesn't have an angle on that, and Chastain sends it home. Very happy bench. Great celebration by the coach, Lauren Gregg.
Here's Akide sending it across. What an electrifying game. I mean, talk about a wake-up call. Nigeria gets the first goal, looking strong. USA look nervous. Remember, they even had a collision between two players earlier, Chastain and Overbeck. They rebound from that and slot 6 of them home.
Well, JP, you talk about a wake-up call. I think the wake-up call was to the U.S. in the first 5 minutes of the game.
Absolutely.
And they have scored just, I think, a series of goals that I can't even remember in years past when they've had this many beautiful goals.
Cindy Parlo, strong performance there. They're saying she could be the next real star of this team. So many others you could say that about in this team, and some aren't even playing yet in this World Cup. In the air, Milbert missed once, second time missed, Lilly couldn't get it. Tiffany Milbert can't believe that. She had 2 cracks at it, and then Lilly almost picked up the rest.
The player that just set her up on that chance was Cindy Parlo, and one of the reasons, JP, that she is regarded as the future is because of her size. She's great with her back to goal, and she's great in the air. But not only that, I think she's the most talented player with the ball at her feet.
Coming up at halftime, our Adidas halftime report. How about a $2 million kick plus Italy-Brazil highlights in case you missed our earlier game, and then a first half recap. Nigeria is going to make a change right now and send Egbe, number 17, on. What a match so far for the United States. If you wanted to sell women's soccer, what a commercial this has been tonight. Every kind of goal imaginable, from Parlo to Akers, who's got a couple. Mia Hamm has scored, Milbert and Lilly. Fast and furious, these goals have come. Overbeck clears. And then Parlo took a hit from Ajayi, but bounces right back up. Throw in for the United States. Going well right now for the United States. Want to avoid injuries and avoid yellow and red cards so they don't lose players. A bad throw-in from Parlo, so they'll lose possession. But if the USA continues, they should have no trouble being on top of the group when this night is over and going on into the quarterfinals. Remember, an Olympic berth is at stake, but if you go to the quarterfinals here, you're not guaranteed that Olympic spot, not yet, because of Australia's situation. We'll talk more on that later. This one's deflected out of play. Throw in for Nigeria. Ajayi. Ajayi again. Egbe, who just came on. Now it's the USA coming back when the ball was out.
JP, look who's back there making that play. It's Mia Hamm. She's playing great team defense. She's tracking back.
Another foul called. This one goes against Nigeria.
The official time is kept on the field of play by the referee.
Here is Chastain as the Wave does their part in Chicago. It is just like it was here back in '94 when it was the FIFA Men's World Cup. Whoa, that was tough from behind again. And Parlow's down and hurting. Now yellow cards coming. But again, you've got to see more of these regardless of whether it's the USA getting hit or whether they're dishing. These are cards.
Ajee has been coming in so hard all day long. She's not trying to play that ball, and in my opinion, that's just bad sportsmanship. That yellow card has got to come out earlier in this game.
One of the games I did earlier, that was a red against Ghana. First game I did against Australia. Here's the USA still attacking, if you can believe it. Nigeria comes away with the ball. Another USA player is down. They're still doing a wave in Chicago. Down the right side, Nigeria looking. Knocked out. They'll have an edge in corner kicks when this half is over. But they're way down on the scoreboard. Mia Hamm's goal gave this team a 2-1 lead. And that seemed to put Nigeria down and out. Here's Akide. We're in stoppage time. Settled. Kudisi had it blocked out for another corner. And that's it. First half's over. What a half it was. A thunderous ovation from this crowd. 6-1. The United States on top.
Akers makes this near post run here, but it's an own goal by the defender. Now, the interesting thing is Hamm was the one that served that ball, but Hamm loves to deflect credit to her teammates. I know she'd rather see Akers get credit for that goal, but if Akers had not made that run, it would not have been in the back of the net.
What a half. We would like to thank all of the official partners of the 1999 FIFA Women's World Cup. Michelle Akers is one of the many stars for the United States on display tonight in Chicago. It's a 6-1 USA lead.
This halftime report is presented by Adidas, taking women's soccer into the next millennium with the new equipment, Predator Manita.
Welcome back, everyone, to Chicago, and our Adidas halftime report continues. United States leads Nigeria by the score of 6-1. Time to talk about a couple $1 million in terms of an important kick for Allstate. Let's go downstairs to Chris McHenry.
Welcome back, everyone, to Chicago Soldier Field. Allstate Insurance Company, a marketing partner of the 1999 FIFA Women's World Cup, is about to give 13-year-old Crystal Juarez from right here in Chicago and 13-year-old Werner Ramirez from Long Beach, California, the chance to win up to $1 million. Allstate Insurance Company, in concert with the Allstate Foundation, will match their winnings for a donation to the National Alliance for Youth Sports. The kids were randomly selected in a drawing held by Allstate earlier this month, and they've been working with celebrity coach Alexi Lawless. Alexi, I don't know how you prepare to win $1 million, but what did you tell them?
I just told them to have fun because they've already won no matter what happens. You know, Crystal and Warner have been practicing, but they're already winners to me, so.
Thanks, Alexi. And you're right, Crystal, your best shot. Great try, Crystal. Thanks. Warner, step up.
Thanks, Chris. 6-1 is your score at halftime. The United States leads. Plenty more still to come your way from Chicago.
Studio once again, I'm Ellen Weinberg, and this halftime report is brought to you by Adidas. Well, in an earlier game today, it was a group of death matchup between Brazil and Italy. In the 63rd minute, Brazil up 1-0. Cece already with the goal. She would receive the ball with her back to the goal. She would turn and fire it into the lower right-hand corner. Her second of the night, fifth of the tournament, Brazil wins 2-0. Part of the reason it was a shutout is because of Brazil's Mary Villa, and she makes our All-State Save of the Day. Here it is again. Italy is awarded a penalty shot. Antonella Carta would take it for Italy, but keeper Mary Villa, well composed, will come up with a huge save. She earned her shutout. Tonight's action, Korea will take on Denmark, 10:30 Eastern Time on ESPN2. Then Germany versus Mexico, 12:30 a.m. ESPN2. Don't miss it. X Games 5 from San Francisco. It all starts Sunday. You can catch skateboard icon Tony Hawk in skateboard vert prelims. Don't miss it. Chris Fowler, our host, kicks it all off Sunday, ESPN2, 9 p.m. Don't miss it.
X.
USA gave up the game's first goal.
Well, you're down 1 goal, and the only people who aren't nervous are the U.S. players. Look at this string of unbelievable goals. Michelle Akers is on the end of a couple of them. Hamm beats the keeper near post with a beautiful rocket. Another shot by Milbrit, and another great serve by Hamm to Lily. They communicate all day long, and Akers on the back post. And speaking of acres of room, look at this beautiful ball by Brandi Chastain to Cindy Parlow. Just a beautiful display of goals.
It's a commercial for U.S. soccer, the way the women play, and we still have another half to go. The USA leads Nigeria 6-1 at the half.
The first college co-host from the University of South Alabama, Stacey Watts. And Olympic soccer star Mia Hamm, plus actor John LaRoquette.
Central Park right now. Mia Hamm, one of the most famous soccer players in the world today. And there she is warming up, getting ready for our demonstration.
Ready for you, Reach?
Go ahead, Mia, let him have. Ooh, look at that. Yeah. Look at that leg kick. One more. Pow!
Wow.
Yeah. So we'll be going down to Central Park, and we're going to be talking with Mia.
She's ready for me now.
That's right. Yeah, you're starting a soccer league, huh?
Yeah, the WUSA. This is our inaugural season, and it's been wonderful.
And what team do you play for, Mia?
For the Washington Freedom.
For the Washington Freedom. Very good. Well, soccer finally coming into its own, you know? And this will probably be kind of a breakthrough in soccer.
Let's hope so.
For soccer.
Women need something.
For years, you've seen kids dominating parks playing soccer, kicking soccer balls around, but nobody's kind of made it professionally until now they're giving it a good shot. And John LaRoquette will be with her. Well, we're going to send you over there, Stacey, you know, just in case I can't make it. And then if I can't make it, you start the interview, you start talking. You played soccer probably when you were a kid.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so you'll have some fun with her there. But we're just to make sure somebody...
Called America's Secret Weapon, and she is the star forward of the new Women's Soccer League, the WUSA, and the captain of the Washington Freedom, Mia Hamm. Hi, how are you? Great, how are you doing? You're doing great. I don't know about all that, but thanks. I think Regis needs to worry. Regis should worry. Yeah. I'm out to get you, Reg. That's probably why he kicked me out of the studio. Exactly. Either that or he feared you beating him. I don't think he likes to see women beat him in sports. So what are we gonna be doing right now? We're gonna do some juggling. I think we're gonna do some head juggling. Since you said you have such a hard head. All right. So we're gonna practice back and forth. Actually, we're gonna go back and forth. Okay. Okay. So you want to hit it with this part of your head, right above your eyebrows, right, not on the top of your head, so you can see it. And you're just gonna try to hit it up, and I'll head it back to you. Okay. That's good. Dad. Yeah. Okay. We'll go back and forth. Good. Oh yeah. That's good. We'll try it one more time. Oh, yeah. Too much.
Can you see that? Did you get that? All right. Stacy's got talent here.
Oh, but not on the nose part.
Not on the nose. I go. Oh! Maybe she was right. Last time. Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Wait, something else. Okay, now we're going to do some foot juggling. Okay? So I'll give you this ball. I'll get another one. And we're just going to go 1 first, and then we try to go 2. Okay? So we'll go 1, 2. So go 1. All right.
And that's not it.
It's all right.
Just with the top of your foot?
Yeah, right here. Right above the laces. Good.
Woo!
Then we'll try to go 2. So we'll go 1, 2.
I think I still need to try and go 1.
1.
Yep, that's not working.
All right, we'll try.
Basketball, you weren't allowed to use your feet.
Yeah, we'll try your thigh then. We'll just go 1. Good. And then you go 1, 2. 1, 2. Oh, yeah. And then we go 3. Oh, she's got it down. Reach. That was 3. We probably should have gone 4. 2, 3, 4, 5.
Here's where I'm show off. And that would be 2.
Oh.
All right. Now, Mia grew up in a military family, and she had a huge family.
Yeah. There were 6 kids, and I can't remember a time where we weren't out there playing some kind of sports, and we were all over each other, just competitive as can be, and you know, always going after my parents' attention. So it was a lot of fun growing up.
So how do you rank in the family? Oldest, youngest?
I'm the 4th.
Are you?
Yeah, so it's pretty easy. People ask, you know, how do you keep things in perspective? I'm like, being the 4th child is pretty darn easy.
Oh, yeah.
Because my older brothers and older sisters definitely keep me in my place.
All right, well, is there any chance
Here comes trouble.
Uh-oh.
Hi, Mia. How you doing, kiddo? Nice to see you again.
You.
Stacy, you did very well here.
I'm learning here.
Yeah, I just got here. We'll take a break. We'll come back and we'll continue, okay?
Great.
Did a nice job.
All right. You want to try some?
Yes, absolutely.
I've got to learn the feet one. I see now.
You got to learn.
Do you point your foot? Or?
Yeah, you
Tomorrow on Live, music from the Gypsy King.
Freedom, that new soccer league underway for women. We're going to do a little demonstration right now. Gelman is going to be the goalie. The net is a lot bigger than it looks, doesn't it? Yeah. All right, Mia, so take us down there, and we'll all follow what you're doing.
All right, we're just going to dribble through some cones and then shoot on Gelman, and hopefully not
Try to
injure
hit
him.
Gelman in the mouth if you can.
All right. So we're just going to dribble through, try not to hit the cones.
Give it to him, Mia.
And then put it right in the corner.
That's it,
Come on, Stacy.
Oh,
yeah!
That's it.
There it went.
All right,
Come on,
Gelman.
Regis.
Here we go.
Dribble it through.
I got you, Reed.
Yeah, okay, Gelman.
He's
Here.
cheating.
Oh, yeah!
You should have dove on it, Gelman. One more, Mia. Come on.
One more?
Race him down there.
All right.
Long range kick.
All right. We
Go,
won't
Mia.
even go
Let him
through.
have it. Hey, Gelman. Yeah, so anyway, it's finally here.
It's
the Women's
finally here.
Professional Soccer WUSA Women's United Soccer Association. And are all of your teammates involved in this as well?
All the
From the
players from
Olympic game?
the Olympic team, national team are spread out through the 8 teams all over the country. You know, New York has a great team, the New York Power, and it's just been wonderful. It's a dream come true for us. We're able to incorporate a lot more women across the country who love to play this game.
And your team is
absolutely.
the Washington Freedom?
The Washington
Where are y'all
Washington
ranked
Freedom.
right now?
Where
We're
are
about 3rd.
Third?
I know.
Mia Hamm is third. You're not used to that, are you? We'll be right back. You're not used to being third,
well.
Mia. Come on. Gelman, you were terrific out there.
And Wendy, if you can believe it, she saluted the crowd saluted her, and I heard boos, and I think they were booing Tony DiCicco for taking her out.
Yeah. Well, they gave her a standing ovation. I don't know whether the viewers could see that, but that is just awesome. That's a great thank you that the crowd just gave her. And you're right. I think they were booing DiCicco. They don't want to see her go off the field.
I have no doubt they were booing her. No doubt. Poor Shannon McMillan, it wasn't for her.
Oh, no, she knows that, JP.
ESPN's coverage of the 1999 FIFA Women's World Cup is brought to you by Chevy Blazer. A little security in an insecure world. By Allstate. Tune in June 24th for the Allstate $2 million kick during the FIFA Women's World Cup U.S.-Nigeria game. And by Gatorade Thirst Quencher, helping you play longer and stronger when it counts the most. Gatorade, is it in you?
The United States is leading Nigeria by the score of 6-1. What a first half. We still have another 45 minutes to play. We'll talk about U.S. subs in a moment. Now our Gatorade first half stats.
Well, the U.S. is getting hammered on fouls, but it hasn't made the difference. They've had 8 shots on goal with 6 beautiful goals. And here's a look at shots made. Look at the circle here. Focus on the circle inside the box. Nigeria is obviously not putting enough players in there to counterattack the U.S. attacks.
Second half is underway, and the USA have brought in Sarah Whalen. They've also brought in Lori Fair. We'll check out the subs. Played upfield on the left. And now how to play it goes. Nigeria's ball. Over battling for it there, and it goes out. There's Nigeria. We were speculating, you and I guess, at halftime about taking out Michelle Akers, and that's what has happened. And Sobrero with the ankle situation. Good moves by Tony DeChico. We'll talk about them in a moment as Akide settles. Clear to the left by Lily. Lori Fair's touch. Picked off by Nigeria. They go long. In the air, and there was a push, and it goes the other way. Lori Fair getting some experience. Akers out, Sobrero, Whalen in. This team just got faster, Wendy.
It did, and that's one of the things that DeChico has been hoping he'd have the opportunity to do, would be to go to his bench. He's got great depth. He's got some fantastic players that have now entered the game. And to give you a little analysis on it, Fair and Whalen are both playing in the back. And we have an adjustment. Parlow, I think, is back into the midfield. I'll give you a little more detail on that.
Downstairs to Chris McHenry. Chris.
JP and Wendy, I just spoke with Kate Sobrero, who's icing that sore right ankle. She said she didn't make it any worse. It's still a little sore from yesterday, but no risk to it, so she pulled herself out for this half. Michelle Akers is receiving treatment in the locker room to replenish some of her fluids, but she will rejoin the team on the bench.
Thanks, Chris, for the update. Chastain ready for the free kick. Brandy bends this one up high. Late run. And it goes right back to the goalkeeper. Chiagine. We would like to thank Chevy Cavalier and all of our sponsors for bringing you this match commercial free. Avri broken up by Chastain. Brandy Chastain plays it right back. Chiagine rolls it to the near side. Opara is on the ball for Nigeria. Udisi, and it's knocked away. Nigeria coming off a win over North Korea in their first game, having this one handed to them by the United States. And this after Nigeria scored first in the second minute. The U.S. looking for that. That was Parlow. It's coming all the way back. Knotted down. Fawcett was looking for Chastain. Nigeria's ball on the throw-in. Joy Fawcett, one of the veterans. You wonder about a lot of these veterans after the Olympics if they'll say that's it. Fawcett's in that category, certainly. Here's Hamm. Parlow brings it back. Great switch to the right side. Whalen has the wheels to catch it. Nice move. The give to the right. Then the cross. Chiagine was there before Parlow could get to it. Tiffany Milburn trying to be the playmaker.
The U.S. changed the point of the attack so quickly there to Whalen on the far side that they didn't have time to get players into the box. The only player in there was Cindy Parlow, as you mentioned, JP.
Coming back, USA attacking again. It's a loose ball. And now it comes back out. We talked about Nigeria having an edge in speed, but you might have to take that back now that Fair and Whalen have come on. At least it's a closer foot race. But the speed hasn't helped Nigeria at all in this one like we thought it might, especially early.
Well, I think one thing that's carrying through is the U.S. fitness level. They're really trying to spread the field out.
Hand nailed again. You've got to wonder if Tony DeCicco hasn't been toying with the idea of taking her out to protect her.
Well, it's been happening all game long, and here you see, boy, I'll tell you, that was very obvious that she got kicked in the ribs. Hopefully she's going to be okay. It looks like she's going to be all right.
Free kick coming up. Tony DeCicco has one more sub to make, and he may be careful with it. Chastain going long. Lily. Tried the nutmeg approach. Lost out by Nigeria. Quick USA throw into Lily. Hamm by McBenney. Ball belongs to Nigeria, and we are going to see Shannon McMillan, and that last kick may have done it in terms of Mia Hamm. Mia Hamm leaves, and she will salute this crowd. If you can believe it, she saluted the crowd saluted her, and I heard boos, and I think they were booing Tony DeCicco for taking her out.
Yeah, well, they gave her a standing ovation. I don't know whether the viewers could see that, but that is just awesome. That's a great thank you that the crowd just gave her, and you're right, I think they were booing DeCicco. They don't want to see her go off the field.
I have no doubt they were booing him, no doubt. Poor Shannon McMillan, it wasn't for her.
Oh, no, she knows that, JP.
On the restart, USA going long. From the left side, Foudy. That was a knock inside, but the call is not given. Gotta wonder if that last foul may have changed Tony's mind, because why play Mia for 6 minutes and that's it? I know that maybe she'd get the ovation and you like to see her come out, but I think that last foul may have done it.
Well, they're coming after her. You can tell that they've been targeting Hamm all game long. The thing that's helped her is that she's so quick and so explosive. She's been able to avoid a lot of those tackles, but it's just not worth it. Can't say this game is entirely in hand, but you certainly know that DeCicco's got a lot of depth coming off the bench. People who can do a good job to come in, like McMillan.
Another foul. It was 15-1 fouls at halftime, Nigeria.
Let's take a look at some of this physical play here by Nigeria. They're not playing the ball, they're playing the player, just all over the field.
Just to show that just picking on Mia.
Yeah,
those are Mia Hamm lowlights at first.
That's right.
Here's Lily. On the turn in the box. It comes back. Lily with a right-footed blast. She's exceptional with her left foot. Maybe not enough credit is given to her right foot because she can score with either one. As Mia sits and watches.
She is. She's so deadly with both feet, but take a look at that ball. There's hardly any spin on it. That's one thing that makes Lily's shot so deadly.
Back the other way, Laurie Fair heads it up. USA have used now their 3 substitutions. Into space it goes. Flag is up on Milburn. She was the last to see it. She heard the crowd's reaction and then looked up at the referee's assistant. Well, Nigeria not through making substitutions. Bachu is getting ready to come on. She's only 21 years old. She is going to replace Abri.
Substitution for Nigeria.
Abri, remember, has a yellow card, so it's good to get her out of there. So Bachu gets some experience. Although she's coming in a tough spot. Her team down 6-1. But it is a World Cup. That's what you're playing for. USA the favorite to go all the way to the final. Playing like it tonight. On the turnaround. Egbe. Akide. Nigeria possessing. Omodbemi holding. Sending it wide. Chastain came back. Scurry is out. I believe Scurry called for it. I don't know if Brandy heard her or not in the roar of this crowd.
Well, I think Scurry did call for it, but I think the ball was kind of taking a funny bounce, and Chastain didn't know whether or not she was really going to need to play it.
Another foul called as Parlow is down. We've got Chris McHenry ready with another report after this.
Can you say
Ouch.
a header and an elbow to the back of Parlo's head? Let's hope she's all right.
Downstairs to Chris McHenry. Chris.
Mia Hamm came off the field and showed to the bench a welt across her rib cage from a vicious hit. I asked her if it was dirty or physical out there, and she simply said, very physical. Guys.
Thank you. It's coming all the way back to the goalkeeper. Chia Gine. I wonder who's going to be the first one for the ice bags in the locker room. And not Mia, she's standing there watching it. I'm sure she's getting ice. They may use a lot of it tonight. Here's Lily. Milbert on the run. Stops and waits for help. Finds it. Far right-hand side of the field. It's McMillan. Those two are teammates in college. The M&M connection. McMillan and Milbert. They played together as well in Japan and on the Olympic team. Both were heroes on the Olympic gold medal winning team in '96. Nigeria taking it. Akide. 56th minute. Down that far side. Nwadike. Pulls. Plays it down the middle. The flag is up. The ball bounces in Ascori's arms anyway. Ascori clears. Nigeria taking it back. Nice move by the young player, Mbatsu. Chastain from Fair. All the way across on the right. Whalen can't get through, even with her speed. Here's Nigeria trying to counter. Say who else is loving this score, Wendy? Denmark. With the goal differential situation. Well, she said she'd be back, and she was.
My little brother. Look how sweaty she is. You think she's working hard out there. It's very high humidity out here tonight, but it's great to see her back on the bench with a big smile on her face. You can tell she's really enjoying this moment.
Shannon McMillan will chase. Off a deflection. A break anyway. The advantage call. Here's Milbert. Cutting inside. Couldn't make that last move against the three defenders. That was a very good advantage call, though, not to stop play there.
JP, you mentioned the advantage call. Just to explain it to the viewers a little bit better, what happens is if the U.S. is on attack and there's a foul that seems to be committed against them, if they're in on a good attack, the ref will normally let the play go on, and thus they have the advantage, which is why you use that terminology. But it's kind of a play-on situation.
Offside flag going up against Nigeria. If you're the USA now, what are you working on? You're up by 6-1. What are you trying to do? What are you trying not to do?
Well, actually, JP, this is a great time to point out the fact that the U.S. is almost playing in a 5-back. Some of the adjustments at halftime as well with McMillan coming in. Fawcett has moved into Akers' role as the defensive midfielder, but she's playing back very conservatively. Chastain is keeping her eye on Aubrey and Akide on the left-hand side.
Here's Milbert! And she almost gets another goal.
Here's a ball coming in the box for Milbert. She chooses to use the inside of her left foot. She probably should have gotten down over top of it, keep her shoulders over the ball, maybe use her laces. She would have kept that on the face of the goal.
She said before she wasn't anxious to score her first World Cup goal, but she was anxious to play her game. She did both today.
Yeah, she's been great. It's so nice to see that spark back. Of course, it was only gone for 20 minutes of the first game, and we were being kind of critical, but she's been critical on herself, and that's what makes her so special.
She said she was hit so many times the other day because she thought she was a step slow, which was a pretty honest assessment. Nice run through for McMillan. Shannon McMillan hustling after it. She's become a valuable player again for this U.S. team after injuries took her out of the starting lineup and then even out of the rotation.
Well, one thing that Pacheco had as a goal in his many goals when the girls came back into camp was that he wanted to bring her game back. He wanted to be able to bring her off the bench to make a difference in the game, and we're seeing that today.
Sellout crowd tonight, probably another one by the time USA plays their next game. The next USA game is coming up on Sunday at Foxborough against North Korea. We hope you'll join us for all of the action. Chastain is back for it. That'll be the final game for the USA, and everybody will finish out group play. And it's on to the quarterfinals. For the USA, that means Washington, D.C. Can't tell you against who yet. It could be against Brazil, it could be against Germany, it could be against Italy. Chastain to Parlo. Nigeria takes it away. Kudisi's pass. They'll try to go long, and the flag went up anyway. Offside on Nigeria. Julie Foudy, one of the co-captains on this team, providing a lot of leadership. A lot of it's vocal, although she told Chris McHenry last game she was speechless at the end of the last game, which might have been a Foudy first.
When have we ever seen that, right?
You had to sign off.
But I do believe that that's a true representation of how the emotion, made them feel in the game.
That's not emotion right there. Played across, Chiagine can't get the rest. Here's the shot from Foudy that whistles wide. What a nightmare for Nigeria. You're down 6-1 and the other team's still attacking.
It's a tribute to the fitness level by the U.S. players. They're used to this type of heat. They've been training down in Orlando, Florida. And well, I tell you think it's humid here. It's hot and humid there.
USA will have it on a throw-in. I'm told that the Michelle Akers goal earlier is going to be reviewed, but not until after the game. So, like the NHL, subject to review.
And you're talking about the first goal on the Hamm serve.
They think it'll be taken away from Akers, but is it an own goal, or did Hamm send it across? They're still debating it. Nigeria right now are a player down as the USA gets ready for this free kick. Chastain loads it up, drives it in. Parlo is up for it, but couldn't get to it. Nigeria will win it on the near side. 62nd minute. USA blitzing Nigeria tonight 6-1 after giving up the game's first goal just a couple of minutes in. Chastain bends it in. McMillan makes the run. Chiagine's got it. Another aerial battle. Fair couldn't win that one. And that time a USA hit that was pretty hard from Whalen. Nigeria on it. Now the USA coming back. And another foul is going to be called. USA's ball. On the restart. It's Omar Bene, one of their best players, but she's been quiet like the rest of the team. It was all USA offensively, and it really took Nigeria out of any offensive rhythm that they had.
And as well, I think the U.S. has definitely scouted Nigeria well, because they are overcompensating so that Nigeria doesn't have the opportunity to have Aubrey and Akide. Sorry about it, had to pause there as Milburn almost got in, so that Aubrey and Akide haven't been able to set play off of their right side of the field.
We're told today that the offensive explosion, 3 goals in 4 minutes and 4 goals in 13 minutes, is the fastest in Women's World Cup history. So a record-setting night tonight in Chicago. The sellout crowd got to watch it. On that long throw-in, USA getting it. Lily tucks it in. Foudy makes the run. Tackled away. Nigeria come back to try to win it. Deflected out. It's their ball on the far sideline. We talk plenty about the USA. What do you do now if you're Nigeria getting pounded in this game, but you know you've got another game to play, and that's against Denmark, a game that you're going to need to win.
Right. That's a very important point to point out, JP. Denmark's going to be a tough side for Nigeria. They need to definitely scout the game tapes to see where they'll be able to expose Denmark. I think the speed is really, really going to help them, though, but they're also going to have to be careful about Denmark. Plays a big bunker.
Group A is going to change after tonight. The USA is going to have 6 points, Nigeria with 3, and Denmark will be playing North Korea. But Denmark's got to win that if they hope to have any chance of being in second place, because Nigeria's already got to win. North Korea looks like they're the team down. Quarterfinal doubleheader comes your way Thursday, July 1st from Jack Kent Cooke Stadium. One of those games will involve this U.S. national team. back at the other end. Chiagine. Her hair is white, by the way, under that orange bandana.
Neat story. She's the mother of 2, just like USA's Joy Fawcett.
Offside flag goes up again for Nigeria. Coming to you from San Francisco, over 300 of the world's top X-athletes from 25 countries. X Games, number 5 on the Bay in America's Ultimate X City. Coverage begins Sunday at 9 Eastern on ESPN2. Continuing coverage on ESPN, ESPN2, and ABC through July the 5th. USA back defending, Overbeck. Almost gave that one away. Lily running as hard now in the 65th minute as she was in the first. Akide. Back on the left side. Another crunching hit. Akide that time with Lori Fair. Into space it goes. Nwadike towards the end line. Plays it across. Scurry came out. May have gotten a slight touch to it. And the foul is going to be called. Going against Nigeria. Nigeria got to be playing for pride too, and still looking to do something in front of this great crowd. Remember, Nigeria, the champions of Africa. Tony DeChico said it's always something when you play against the champions. So they've got pride, but they're down by 5 goals.
Well, you talked about the psyche of a champion, and that you always have to expect that that type of team, a championship team, is going to come out and expect to win every single game they, step onto the pitch to play. And you know what? We saw that in the first 5 minutes. They came out so hard, but they just haven't been able to keep up with the athleticism and fitness level of the U.S. team.
Tiffany Milbert over the ball from the left side, smacking it towards the far post. And in that collision, Ricardo Chiagine holds on. Kudisi will bring it up. Foul call as Overbeck was brought down. All the goals coming in the first half of play, all 7 of them. 26-1. You would think that's not even possible to play and only get 1 foul for the United States. I believe the foul count, though, on Nigeria, we've seen them. Here's Foudy. Off that touch. Emma Bemi. You'd have to think by accident the USA would have more than 1 foul.
Well, you know what, JP, it just tells you a little bit about the pride, actually a lot about the pride that the U.S. plays with. They want to play a very clean game. They want to play a technical and tactical game. And they don't want to do it in a cheap way. And Mia Hamm talked about how it was very physical out there. That's another tribute to sportsmanship. She could have been interviewed and said it was nasty out there, but we've seen some unbelievable fouls.
Egbe wins it. Egbe again. Look at those moves. But the last one didn't work. Chastain. Picked off. The shot was a hard one. It was blocked by Fawcett. There's McMillan. Could have been a handball on Kudisi. Over the shoulder, Overbeck comes back. She sees Scurry. Brianna Scurry's got it. She listed basketball as her first sporting love, but now it's soccer, obviously.
As you were saying, JP, that she may want to pursue a career in the WNBA when she's done playing.
Sarah Whalen will clear it. Chiagine. Well, she saw Milbert on her. Fortunately, she'll clear it. Up near the halfway line. Egbe in the air with Fawcett. Parlo. Nigeria taking it away. Ajayi, and that one goes out again. It belongs to the United States. Nigeria on it. Overbeck on that challenge in the air. In Matu, one of the subs who came on for Nigeria. trying to penetrate that middle. Instead, it's played out. Omar-Bemi. And that one just gets away. The USA will have a throw-in. Another sellout crowd watching the United States play, listed at over 65,000. Attendance is one of the stories about this World Cup. Look at the numbers. 99's opening weekend and the 95 overall tournament. Totally different atmosphere. You and I were both there in 95 in different capacities, and in 95, small stadiums, some were like high schools. The people were great, but you didn't get the feel of a World Cup like you are now.
No, that's right, JP. And the other thing that I think is really neat with the American fans is they're learning to be passionate about this game. They're learning to come to the games, you know, rant and rave, paint their faces, dress up crazy, and that's what the rest of the world has taught the Americans.
Throw-in coming up for the United States. In for Lily. She tried to head that one on for McMillan. We told you before, there's one goal that's being challenged to see who got it. It was Michelle Akers scoring earlier, or we thought she did.
Well, Mia Hamm serves this beautiful ball in on a free kick, and Akers is there to mix it up. But it looks like it's an own goal by the youngest player in the tournament, number 20 for Nigeria, Chijini.
So because of that, we can't tell you if Akers has one goal or two goals and what those numbers do. They will review it, we're told, and probably make a decision after the game. All the way back. The USA on the ball with Chastain. Brandy just now starting to get her due as a player, making a lot more guest appearances these days. Caught her on Letterman the other night.
How funny was that?
It was great. It was great. But she's become a personality. She doesn't get as much credit, but not sure if they could do as well without her.
She deserves more credit. I agree with you there. And she is an irreplaceable player. She's the most versatile player on the U.S. squad. But she's so much fun, and you can tell when she scores, her celebrations are just fantastic. You just pull a lot of energy from her.
She almost scored first, no? In the air, off the crossbar. That was a long time ago. 6-1 here, second half. 72nd minute. It was a USA first half clinic. If you joined us late, Tony DeCicco did take Mia Hamm out. After about 6 minutes were gone in the second half, and we would assume because of all the physical play, he may have planned to take her out anyway. We're not sure about that, but Mia had a rough time, but she did very well out there. 7 straight games now with a goal for Mia. Nwarike. At the halfway line, plays it back. Kudisi. Machu. Kudisi again, chased by Milbert. Going long and scurries right there. All the way back, this one does go out of play. Another throw-in for Nigeria. Another whistle to stop play from the Swiss referee. Brandy Chastain wants a goal scorer. She can still score, but she's not playing that forward position anymore. So now her goals come differently. A lot of them off set pieces.
Set pieces, but she's also very good, JP, at getting into the attack on the far side with her ball that she assisted Parlow on.
That was only the second USA foul in this game. Let's go downstairs to Chris McHenry and get another update. Chris?
Well, JP, as you said, that was just the second foul from the United States team, but Coach DeCicco doesn't want to see any more. He's reminding everyone, keep your concentration. I think they're doing it right now. Back to you.
Here's Milbert concentrating on this ball. Settling. Right-footed shot was blocked out. Corner kick, USA. Tony DeCicco, Lauren Gregg to his right. She's another one of the new authors. We'll talk more about her book at some stage during the competition. Jay Hoffman, also on that bench. Played across. Here it comes, and it was just missed at the far post. Body was there.
is a great driven ball by Shannon McMillan. When she's in there, her serves are so nice into the box. And you know what? Fawcett almost got on the back post to frame the goal. When I say frame the goal, I mean that she's trying to be in a position to make that goal 2 or 3 yards wider.
Bobby to Fawcett on that play, set up by McMillan. Nigeria coming back. Akide knocked it away. Play continues. USA had another player down. Slowly getting back up was Overbeck. It comes across. Mbachu holds. Omebemi lets the shot go, but it goes wide of Scory to her left. Brianna Scory getting ready to put it back in play. She prepares for the teams in this tournament the same way she does every other game. But she told me she visualizes the night before about shots and saves that she makes. Not goals allowed. She keeps it positive. And in her dreams, the shooters are always Norway.
That's interesting. I like that. You know what that goes back to? That goes back to the '95 World Cup, because Norway was the team that ousted the U.S.
Yeah, but she told me that that was her nemesis. She didn't get a shutout against them for some 4 years. So it's a good way to think about a game the night before. But again, she always, in her dreams, makes the save. Nigeria will clear. Omebemi. Mbachu. From the halfway line. The long ball is tried. Akide. There's been no mercy today. She's not really been involved in the play. One of the stars for sure of this tournament is Akide, but she's not really been in the flow, and the USA took this game over very early. You've got Akers to the right, Cabrera, and then Hamm.
And here's Chiejine's perspective on Akers' header, brought to you by the Power Bar Gold Cam. Look at this pure strength that she sends that ball home with. That is a great goal by Akers. She's done so much for the sport of women's soccer. She's just an amazing, amazing inspiration, JP.
And with the chronic fatigue syndrome, I mean, she could be back in the hotel right now. There's no chance of that, though. She's going to stay. It's easier to rest in your hotel room than here, I'm sure. Throw-in coming up for the United States. Sarah Whalen out of University of Connecticut. And look for her in the future. She has made great strides on this team. To the right side, USA attacks. Milburn across towards McMillan. Chiejiene is there. Tiffany Milburn certainly back in the flow in this one tonight. Chastain can't get through. Nigeria press on, and they give up a corner. Some of that may be fatigue here in the end. 78th minute.
I want to point out again, the person taking the serve for the U.S. is Shannon McMillan. She really mixes up the U.S. serves on the corners. She loves to drive that ball across the face of the goal. It's almost impossible for the keeper and the defenders to play and make a good defensive play on it. Keeping your eye on Parlow and Foudy on the back post.
Played across, and it stopped at the near side. McMillan all the way across. USA scrambling to get it back. Here's Overbeck. Broken out. Look at her fight to get back. Here's the long ball. But the two fastest players come back. Still Scory has to make a save. Laurie Fair and Whalen were there. That shows you the speed of Nigeria. And Scory still focused despite a 5-goal lead. You would think it's tougher to focus in this kind of a situation. Up by 5. It's better to be up, certainly, than the opposite end, where Chiejiene has had to make several saves, and still 6 got by. Restart coming up for the United States. Tracy Ducar, Tisha Venturini, Saskia Weber. I think with the different hairstyles, I could be wrong. Players dyeing their hair.
JP, I'll back you up on all those calls.
Good. It just looked different, though, didn't it? Strange.
Yeah. I heard Saskia say at the beginning of the game, "Sorry, Mom. I promise I won't look like this all the time."
I'm sure Mom will accept. Michelle Akers sitting down. How important a teammate is she? Well, we talked to Julie Foudy about that.
Michelle, I always will picture forever and ever, just like leaving teeth and chips of bone and, you know, everything out on the field. You know, even when she subbed out, there's like pieces you're picking up of her off the field. And we always joke on the team that when Caitlin and Carly Fawcett are on the national team, that Michelle will still be there playing alongside them.
That was a fairly graphic description.
Yeah, right, JP. We've seen her leave body parts on the field.
Into the box it comes. A challenge there from behind as the ball goes over to the far corner flag. Foudy works it. Broken up by Akide. And it's knocked out. Goal kick.
And JP, the two kids that Foudy was talking about are Fawcett's, Joy Fawcett's kids, Katie and Carly. She was saying that when they play on the national team, Akers will probably still be there, although Akers has told us that this may well be her last World Cup.
Can't see her changing her mind. I think the Olympics, though, are the big question. Will she stay and go for that, for another Olympic gold?
I'll give you my opinion. I think she's going to be there.
Yeah. Regardless of whether the USA wins the World Cup or not?
I do, because there's a very short break before the U.S. goes back into residency, whereas after the Olympics, there's going to be a 3-year period before the next major tournament, and I think it'll make it easier for a lot of these veterans to make those career choices. And a lot of them will get on with their lives, their married lives, and spend time with their husbands and significant others and kids. They've really given up a lot, although they wouldn't replace it for anything in the world.
It's been a big sacrifice for some of these players since '91. Here is Whalen, and this one's going to be too far. Any regrets that you got out of it when you did, when you see crowds like this and games like this?
Well, I can honestly say that my only regret from a competition standpoint was I would have loved to compete in the Olympics, but I'm very content for a lot of reasons. I'm still very closely involved in the game, both with my business and also here up in the commentating booth. So I'm very close to the game. If I wasn't, I'd probably be struggling a little bit with it.
And you're still playing for the Raleigh Wings, so
right.
Get the best of both, right?
Right, and our competition level in the W League is fantastic. I believe that if and when we have a full professional league, the way our Raleigh Wings team is being run right now is like a professional franchise, and I've certainly enjoyed getting fit again. Even though I'm the oldest player on the team, I'm still one of the fittest.
Shannon McMillan will play it up. McBemi takes over for Nigeria. Coming all the way back, Scurry. She'll just blast it away. 6-1, United States on top. All the goals in the first half. Lilly lays it off. She had one of them. Hara gives it up. Kasiemi, remember, she scored the very first goal. Just 2 minutes in. Scurry's coming out. Made the block. The USA calmly clears out. Fawcett missed that one. And down there was McMillan. Trudisi's pass. Lilly fights and wins. Towards Foudy. Two players playing in their third World Cup. Parla, meanwhile, is in her first after playing in the Olympics. She'll send it in. Milbert! Shot on the goal! Milbert for Parla!
We know Parla's the future. She had a beautiful long touch and a bending ball behind the defense. Tiffany Milbert plays on the restraining line and sends it home. Look at this beautiful inside of the right foot bender. It's coming away from the keeper, and Tiffany Milbert's in the right spot at the right time. And look at this celebration.
Well, this is huge for her. She was not happy with what she did on Saturday. 2 goals tonight, 5 in her short World Cup career. Remember, she was the player that came on for Akers when she got hurt in Game 1 of the '95 World Cup. And since then, boy, has her stock risen.
Wow, what a short period of time that she's developed.
Nigeria will bring in Usieta for Emiafu. That's the only goal of this half. 7-1 now in favor of the United States. One of those goals being contested. We're not sure if they'll give it to Akers. We doubt that now. Hamm may get it, or an own goal. So right now, Milbert is the only one with a couple. Another whistle and another foul. What a game, though, that Cindy Parlow has had today in terms of the setups, and she scored, too.
Yeah, this is what she needed to do. She needed to have a breakout as far as goal scoring goes, but that last play where she just assisted Milbert was absolutely picture book. I mean, her first touch, she chewed up the space, she bent the ball behind the defense, and Milbert just played on the restraining line. Every single goal we've seen today for the USJP has been absolutely beautiful. Very, very high scoring percentages for the U.S. I think Coach Chico is going to be very happy, other than the goal that they gave up to Nigeria.
And that was so long ago. Again, if you joined us late, Nigeria actually led 1-0 after a couple of minutes. Okosieme with a nice goal, and the USA looked a bit confused. That foul count's amazing.
That is amazing. We saw it early on. Nigeria came out and really tried to disrupt the U.S. style of play by hammering them all over the field.
Doesn't that show discipline, though? When one team gets a foul count up, sometimes the other team goes and plays their game.
JP, you're right. It does show discipline. It also shows a lot of pride. The U.S. wants to play a very attractive style. They're not out here just to compete. They're doing so much more. They're ambassadors for the game of women's soccer. They know that it's important to sell a very attractive style of soccer. That's what we see every time the U.S. steps on the field. Almost to a fault where Chico says, hey, sometimes you got to dive, you know, and you got to draw the foul. Or sometimes you got to go in a little bit harder to make a statement.
Nigeria sending this one in, but it's high and wide of Brian Ascari. Sunday at 9 p.m. it all kicks off. We're talking X Games from the City by the Bay. Included in the opening day coverage is Dave Merritt, king of the sick tricks on a bike. Bike Street prelims and Skateboard Burt with Tony Hawk all starts Sunday night on ESPN2. For more, log on to ESPN.com, part of Go Network. Go.com. If I'm not busy, I'm going to tune in. I'm probably busy. I'm probably doing a game here.
That's right.
Ascari will clear it. Foudy's after it. Julie Foudy will pick it up. McMillan. USA is so fluid in the attack. Even when they make the substitutions, they roll on. Here's Chastain. That one's deflected. U.S. women have built this program from start to where they are now to the way the U.S. men's team eventually want to go. And I think Bruce Arena has them on the right track. At some point, we'll be raving about the USA men, I think, in our lifetime like we are about the USA women.
Well, I agree with you, and I think Bruce Arena is doing a great job. He knows how to motivate his players. The players love to play for him. That's what you always get when you talk to one of the guys. They say they love to play for Bruce because he knows how to motivate you and make you feel very confident and good about your game. And he's proven it. He's a winner, not only at Virginia for years, but also on the national team.
Nigeria coming back, trying to attack. Overbeck breaks it up. Here's Foudy in the 88th minute. There shouldn't be much in terms of stoppage time in this one. Nigeria certainly hopes there isn't. They were looking for McMillan. Knocked out of play. That one was deflected. Milbert knows. She wanted to lift that one a little bit higher.
To her good buddy, Milbert. They played together at University of Portland. Another coach who's done great things for the sport of women's soccer and men's soccer, too. He coaches both teams at Portland is Clive Charles. But both of these players played for him.
Shannon even helped him out, I think, last year as an assistant. McMillan plays it in and comes back with it. Drives it across. Gine's got it and rolls it right. 89th minute from Soldier Field. What a night. Sold out crowd, doubleheader. Brazil won game 1 over Italy, 2-0 to lead in the group of death. And the USA are romping tonight. Chastain to Milbrandt. Right across, and it's blocked. Foudy looks to settle and fire. That's blocked too. Chastain tried to lob it inside. No one ran onto it except for Chastain. She cuts it back. McMillan the shot. It was there for Shannon McMillan. And for as many goals as the USA have, they want to finish these.
Well, they do. The U.S. can't get too greedy. Talk about not being greedy. Look at Brandy Chastain's ball to McMillan. She just leans back a little bit too much.
USA on the ball. You look at the work rate of some of these players. You know, you think Lily, Chastain, and at their reckless pace. I mean, others are playing 90 minutes, but their pace has been so frenetic. 7 goals tonight will tie U.S. Women's World Cup record set back when you played.
Back in '91, you know who had 5 goals in that game? Is that the game I'm thinking of?
Should I guess you? I know more, but I'm earning my points here with you.
I wish. Thanks, JP, for the plug. Akers, I believe, had 5 goals in that game.
Yep. Halfway to the 10 she scored in that World Cup. U.S. playing it back. Seconds left, at least on our clock. We'll see about stoppage time. Coming through. Egbe. That's deflected. Out of play it goes. The referees look at the watch. She just pointed up one finger for 1 minute. If I'm reading her right from this distance. We didn't see it officially from the 4th official yet, but she put up one finger. And the ovation starts again for this USA team. They're on their feet in Chicago. USA settles. Whalen up the wing. Nigeria taking it over. Tradisi. Nigeria will try the long ball. Overback, get some help. Intended for Foudy. Nigeria will pick it off. Foudy still chasing. Here's the long one. It bends up and over. Brianna Story. Goal kick coming up. Second minute of stoppage time. Michelle Akers leads the cheers. Just seconds are left. Cleared by the United States. The long boot. All the way down. Giannina lost it. And it went wide. That would have been a tough way to end her night. Almost had one. Nigeria back with the ball. Not quite 2 minutes gone of stoppage time. So that couldn't have been the signal I got from the referee. From the far sideline, Nigeria in the USA box. Knocked out. Nigeria with a throw-in.
How about the composure we've seen in Sarah Whalen coming off the bench? She's got great speed for the U.S. Perfect example of the depth of the U.S. squad.
It's over. Great night it was in Chicago. 7 USA goals, 6 in the first half, 1 in the second. They defeat Nigeria 7-1. The U.S. national team is on the quarterfinals. We're coming right back to Chicago.
At Jackie Cooper Imports, we...
来，接球好。对，用你的手来接。
ESPN's coverage of the 1999 FIFA Women's World Cup is brought to you by Gatorade Thirst Quencher. When you need a little something extra when it counts the most. Gatorade, is it in you? By Chevy Cavalier. The more you know, the better it looks. By Adidas, makers of the equipment Predator Manita, the most innovative soccer shoe designed for women. And by Power Bar, don't bonk.
What a magical night tonight in Chicago. The players now saluting the fans that saluted them during a 7-1 win over Nigeria. Let's go downstairs to Chris McHenry and some very special guests. Chris?
JP, thanks. Brandy Chastain and Michelle Akers join me. Brandy, you just screamed, this is better than the Olympics. What lesson did you teach the Nigerians tonight about American soccer?
Well, I think the first lesson is this is our home, this is our stadium, these are our fans, and we're very proud about this tournament, and we want to be the #1, and I think that's the lesson they learned tonight.
And Michelle Akers, the Chevrolet player of the game. Wow. Your goals, and suddenly the offense just clicked after a slow start. What was behind it?
Well, initially we were rocked by their speed and athleticism. Finally, we just started playing our game, playing the ball to feet and capitalizing on their weaknesses. Got a couple on frame, and we started to play like USA.
Thanks very much. JP, back to you.
Thanks, Chris. Final score, USA 7, Nigeria 1. We would like to thank all of the official partners of the 1999 FIFA Women's World Cup. This has been a presentation of ESPN, the worldwide leader in sports. For more, log on to ESPN.com, part of Go Network. Go.com. For Wendy Gebauer and Chris McHenry, I'm John Paul Della Camera. Our Women's World Cup coverage continues on ESPN2. Coming up next, it's more Group A action when North Korea faces Denmark. Now it's time for baseball tonight. We say so long, everyone, from Chicago.
I can do better. I can do anything better than you.
No, you can't.
Yes, I can.
No, you can't.
Yes, I can.
Had enough?
Let's go.
Anything you can be, I can be greater.
Ready to stop?
Sooner or later, I'm greater than you.
No, you're not.
I'm not stopping.
I'm not stopping.
I'm not stopping.
Nigeria would get on the board first. Surprisingly, Nokira Okasima would touch it in for the goal. They would lead 1-0. But head coach Tony DiCicco would not have to worry long because Michelle Akers would get her team going. Or did she? You can tell her foot never actually touched the ball, but she would be credited for the goal. The floodgates would open after that. Mia Hamm makes it 2-1. Tiffany Milbritt would make it 3-1. Then Christine Lilly would make it 4-1. Then Michelle Akers, on her second of the night, makes it 5-1. Then on the doubleheader, Chastain to Parlow makes it 6-1. Coach DiCicco is excited, and rightfully so. Mia Hamm is fired up as the USA would add another goal in the second half to go on to win this one 7-1. USA scored 4 goals in 13 minutes, the fastest 4 goals ever in World Cup history. Brandy Chastain and Michelle Akers join Chris McHenry after the game.
Brandy, you just screamed, this is better than the Olympics. What lesson did you teach the Nigerians tonight about American soccer?
Well, I think the first lesson is this is our home, this is our stadium, these are our fans, and we're very proud about this tournament, and we want to be the #1, and I think that's the lesson they learned tonight.
And Michelle Akers, the Chevrolet player of the game. Wow. Your goals, and suddenly the offense just clicked after a slow start. What was behind it?
Well, initially we were rocked by their speed and athleticism. Finally, we just started playing our game, playing the ball to feet and capitalizing on their weaknesses. Got a couple on frame, and we started to play like USA.